next is the man who will call the game tonight on ESPN with Louis Riddick. Very, very talented play-by-play man and studio host for ESPN. Matt Barrie is on BYU Sports Nation. Matt, great to have you on the show as you make your debut here.
Hey, Spencer and Jarom, this is great. I mean, you guys kind of said the debut, first time here in Provo, just trying to soak up, to me, what is, like, picturesque-wise, one of the greatest atmospheres in college football. And you back that up with the history of what BYU football has meant around the country. Look, we're excited for tonight. When we got our Thursday night schedule, I pointed to this game tonight. I said, that wagon wheel, we're playing for that. And you've got Jaren Hall. Like, it's going to be a good one tonight. We're excited.
And certainly when it was originally on the schedule, you thought Utah State would probably bring them more to the matchup. It certainly hasn't gone that way for them, but there's a lot of storylines in this one. It feels like one of the top ones, if not the top one, is the way that Jaren Hall has played. I know you guys have been impressed on College Football Final and other shows that you're on, but he was dynamic last week. We'll see if he can keep that going because he's pacing for something special in the NFL draft next year.
Yeah, and Jim, that's one of the things when you look at with Jaren and how he's progressed throughout the season. Here's what happens, and you guys know this. You get a quarterback that you talk about, right? Maybe a whisper, maybe a low audible on who he is. And then little by little, the hype around the player grows. And that's kind of where I think we are with Jaren Hall. The fact that he's been full-time football. Everybody knows the story by now. And if they don't, we'll tell it's now to the broadcast. How if not playing baseball, there's a chance he would have beat out Zach for the starting quarterback job. And now it's his, and it's been his. And he's kind of growing nationally into a player that I think by the end of this season, you're going to be talking about as a legitimate consideration for a first-round pick. I know Louis Riddick loves it. And so tonight, on a Thursday night, and that's the beauty of Thursday night college football. Saturday is great because there's so many games going on at once, but that's just it. There's how many games every window? 16 games across the country, nationally televised. Tonight, if you're curious about BYU and you're curious if this Jaren Hall kid is legit with what we've heard about the hype, this is a perfect opportunity not only for him, but for Kalani and BYU to have the audience all to themselves to kind of show that maybe the Oregon loss was a little bit of an aberration.
Yeah.
And with the schedule that's coming up with Notre Dame and Arkansas, this is a good night for the program to kind of have the college football country to themselves.
Matt Barrie of ESPN is with us on BYU Sports Nation, and you've led me into my next question because we've seen a little bit of everything from BYU. Certainly the blowout at USF was a great start. You come home, win a dramatic double overtime game against Baylor, and then kind of go and lay an egg on the road against an ultra-motivated Oregon team who was looking to prove something after they were embarrassed by Georgia, and BYU beats Wyoming by 14. So, Matt, after what you've seen from BYU and kind of the polar opposites of the Baylor and Oregon game, what is BYU in the national spotlight? What does the national media think of BYU after 4 games?
Yeah, Spencer, look, BYU nationally is, I think, who everybody believes they are and can be. They are physical. If there's one thing Kalani's done over the past couple of years, the 10-2 season, the 11-1 season, physically up front, they're going to beat you for 4 quarters. That's just been the MO. That's just who they are. Offensively, they don't do anything that makes you say, wow. They just do a lot really, really well. And they're disciplined. They're going to play for 4 quarters. And that's why, I mean, you guys know this, being college football fans, unless you're maybe Alabama or Georgia, you're going to have a week where you're just facing a team and you just don't play your best.
Yeah.
That was Oregon. I believe that Oregon was an outlier relative to, as you said, motivated after just getting absolutely embarrassed on national TV against Georgia, and BYU not playing up to their potential. Now, if they don't start fast tonight, I think we'll cover that on the broadcast. You guys, last week against Wyoming wasn't exactly the greatest start, but they finally figured it out in the second half. And so if they come out and play like we saw in week 1, start a little quicker than they've been, I still believe this is a top 15 team in the country, which, by the way, with the games they have coming up on their schedule, it's all in front of this team to, again, reach that national attention that I believe talent-wise, especially with Gunnar coming back. We'll see when Puka comes back. Look, it's a talented football team. And so tonight is going to be kind of that next step in getting people back onto the BYU national bandwagon.
I'm waiting for the Pete Thamel update on Gunnar and Puka. It seems like every week he's been the guy that's had that. Hey, it's an early week now. Let's go. For BYU, the depth has been notable because you have trumpet playing Miles Davis with 100+ last week. Keanu Hill goes off. It's not been who BYU thought it would be at the beginning of the year. It's been interesting. So what have you thought of sort of the personnel of BYU? Because we don't exactly know who's going to lead BYU in rushing tonight.
Yeah, so I think it's a great question because one of the things that the Utah State coaching staff was actually telling us about Jaren is how impressive he's been this season, but he's been doing it without his weapons, without Gunnar, without Puka. A lot of injuries on the offensive side of the ball. Try to get the running backs going, and Miles Davis was the guy in the second half last week that kind of gave them that jolt that they needed because they were kind of stuck in the mud for a while. And all that does, I think, for Kalani and this offensive staff is it gives them an opportunity, A-Rod calling ball plays, to say, hey, look, I've got Gunnar back. We're going to see exactly what he is tonight. That's part one. Part two, is Miles one of those guys that can give us an early shot in the arm? We know what Cato is going to give. That guy is so disciplined in who he is as a runner. But if you're an offensive play caller, and you've got the quarterback playing the way he's playing, Isaac Rex is always going to be a player to watch. He's just a fun tight end. I know Lewis and I both like him. But if Miles shows up and is like, you know what, maybe that was his coming out party a week ago, then you're talking about 3 stable running backs and potentially a home run threat that can get confidence week in and week out. And that's all college football is. We see young running backs every week, and they tell us all the time. When we called the Pittsburgh game or the West Virginia game, West Virginia Pitt, they've got a young freshman running back, C.J. Donaldson. And they told us, hey, look, with freshmen, it's all about confidence. With younger backs, it's all about confidence, picking up pass protection, learning the scheme. If Miles is now starting to get that experience over the past couple of years and now the last game, it's just another weapon. And that makes BYU even more multidimensional.
Matt Barrie of ESPN with us on BYU Sports Nation. I think every BYU fan right now is kind of wondering, Matt, what's the realistic ceiling for this team? Just maybe, like, what if this team can figure it out against Notre Dame and Arkansas and put together something special? What's the realistic ceiling for BYU in the regular season, do you think?
So I said it on our production call this morning. I would take BYU now over Notre Dame. I think they're the better football team, especially if they can get 100% healthy, and that's kind of the blessing of a Thursday night game. I know it's a short week coming off the prior game, but now look, you have till October 8th to get healthy for Notre Dame. So I like him against Notre Dame. Arkansas, for me, is going to be the matchup where you can really see BYU get back into this top 10 conversation, New Year's 6 conversation, because that in all likelihood is going to be a ranked Arkansas team from the SEC who's coming to town.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, Arkansas has Alabama this week. Alabama has the tendency to break a lot of people. Arkansas coming off a loss a week ago to Texas A&M when they had the lead 14-0. Could have been 21-0.
Yeah, I mean, as he's pointing out, could have been 21. So we lost Matt just for a second. Is he back with us? If he's back with us, we'll bring him back in. Okay, so Matt, you were saying, so it could have been 21-0, and that's where you cut off. What were you going to say after that?
Yeah, my apologies for the hotel internet here. It could have been 21-7, and Arkansas could have gone in that game against Texas A&M and run away with it. So they're teetering a little bit. You've got Alabama this weekend who can break a lot of teams, but if BYU, I like them against Notre Dame. If they can get a visiting Arkansas team and with the one loss on the season, I think at that point it'd be what, 5-1, 6-1.
Yeah.
Guys, New Year's 6 is a possibility with Liberty after that. East Carolina, Boise State. Look, that's why I'm so excited about this team, because there's going to be 2 games on their schedule where they're going to get to have a legitimate say in what their postseason is going to be.
Love it. Matt, great to catch up with you and welcome you officially to BYU Sports Nation. Looking forward to your call on ESPN tonight and having you and Lewis and the crew here in LaVell Edwards Stadium.
Guys, the hospitality has been great. We cannot wait to get over to the stadium. We anticipate a fun football game tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing this team in person. They've been very impressive so far.
Fantastic stuff. Thanks so much,
Matt.
Matt.